Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be 10 healthy habits that changed my life and can hopefully help to change your life too. I really believe and stand behind all of these tips that I'm going to give you, and they're all like from the heart. They're not like fake, like put cucumbers in your water. Like, no, like these are real. This is what I've been doing. This on top of like a healthy diet and exercise is 100% how I have like felt the best that I felt in years. So without further ado, here are my favorite healthy habit tips. That made sense, right? So the number one thing that I'm going to tell you, and the most important thing probably, is I started drinking 3 liters of water a day. So I don't recommend, if you're not used to that, to just jumping on board and like today or tomorrow drinking 3 liters of water. I think gradually get to, 3 or wherever you are comfortable. So before I started my health and fitness journey, I drank water, but not really in a super conscious way like I do now. So now when I wake up in the morning, as you saw in like my morning routine video and in a lot of my other videos, I drink a full liter of water, and that gets my day started. And the best way that I can recommend doing this is buying something that holds 1 liter. So I have a mason jar and it's exactly 1 liter, and so I have that in the morning, and then after breakfast I usually let my food digest, and then I have like the rest of another liter, and then I eat dinner, and then I have the rest, and I just gradually drink it throughout the day. But it really helped me to kind of stop snacking and eating so much in between meals, because instead of being like, oh, I'm so hungry, I realized that I was just thirsty. And you hear this all the time from people, like whenever you're hungry, you're most likely thirsty if you just ate. So I definitely recommend just sort of measuring how much you're drinking, and I think 3 liters is really good. 4 liters equals a gallon, so 3 isn't exactly a gallon, but it is a lot of water, So I swear 100% that is the source of the majority of my weight loss, which this video isn't about weight loss, by the way. It's about healthy habits. So we're on that health gain, not the weight loss. See what I did there? The next healthy habit that I really recommend trying is meal prepping. So I buy 1 week of groceries, usually on like a Sunday or a Monday every week, and so that all of that food will last me throughout the week. But I meal prep 3 days out, so that way it's fresh. I don't want to meal prep for all 7 days, because by the time I get to the 7th day it won't be good. So I meal prep for 3 days, and it basically just lets me know like what I'm going to be eating, exactly the amount of like nutrition and what to look forward to in a day. It just makes life easier. Like I wake up and I have like meal prepped like oatmeal, and then I have for lunch I have like a meal prep pasta, and then for dinner I have like meal prepped like potatoes and like a vegetable, and then in between my snacks I usually have like fruit and rice cakes and whatever else I feel like eating. So it definitely makes a huge difference, rather than just like scrummaging and be like, what can I eat right now, what can I eat right now? And sometimes you reach for like what the quickest item is, which isn't always the healthiest, and sometimes you binge eat and you eat more than a serving size. So this really helps you keep like 1 serving size, like exactly what you're eating. And I think having like that schedule for your metabolism is also really helpful. So if you've never tried meal prepping before, or if you've ever failed at it, comment down below, let me know what you think about it, but I really love it. The next healthy habit tip is going to be more of like a psychology tip, and basically I started to recognize what I was doing that was like a reoccurring bad habit that would always cause me to go in the opposite direction of my goals for weight loss and like being healthy. So for me, because it's different for everybody, but for me, I'm an emotional eater, so I could be doing really well for a week, and then I'll have something happen to me and I get really emotional and I need comfort food, and that's when I just like completely lose it and I splurge and I eat anything that I want, anything that sounds good, and that for me is a bad habit. A lot of people are bored eaters, some people skip meals, and that's just as bad for your metabolism. So there's a lot of bad habits out there that revolve around food and just lifestyle. So if you can tackle, like if you can target what those are, that's the first step. And then the second step is replacing your coping mechanism with something more healthy. So for me, yesterday I had some bad news, and I was instantly like, I need comfort food. Like I want cookies, I want pasta, I want like vegan mac and cheese, like I want everything bad known to me right now. I need to feel better. And instead of doing that, I kid you not, I went to the gym. Like I went to the gym for an hour, and I read this in a book, but someone said that they would reach for cake and they replaced it with walking 3 miles, and by the time they got back from the 3-mile walk, they didn't even want the cake. And that's exactly how I felt yesterday. Like I finished my workout and I was like, I feel like I got therapy session in. I feel like I got a lot of my anger out, and so now I just want to continue to be on the road to better positivity and like choices. I don't want to like take one bad decision and make it into like 2 bad things and like more bad things and just like hating myself at the end of the day. The next healthy habit that is incredibly crucial is limiting how much you eat out. So I used to eat out probably once every day, and not only did it suck for my bank account, but it sucked for my body and my metabolism, because you can't read all of the ingredients that are going into your processed foods that you're getting at restaurants. You don't know how much oil they're adding, you know, sodium obviously, how much like sugar that they're adding to things, and you'd be really surprised, because restaurants are in the business of like making food that tastes good to other people. They're not looking for your health, like they're here to make you want to come back for more. So if you can limit how much you're eating out and instead, you know, stick to your meal prepped recipes. And a lot of that is also social, so you know, if you want to hang out with friends but you don't want to like not be able to go out to eat with them, because it's obviously a really fun thing to do is go out to eat with your friends, and it's one of my favorite things to do too. Instead of like meeting people at restaurants and like going out to eat, instead I replaced it with going to cafes. And I love going to Earth Cafe here, like in Los Angeles. You see me on Snapchat and Instagram, probably going all the time. Add me, by the way, self-plug. But instead of going out to restaurants, I go to cafes, because there I can just get like a $3 green tea or like iced tea or a coffee or something. And so I'm not actually getting the food. I can eat beforehand, or I can get a snack there. And it's so much better for my wallet and my body. The next tip is going to also be another psychological tip. So I stopped comparing myself to other people and what they were eating and doing, because there's people with different metabolisms in this world. So you can't look at someone who eats like a pizza a day and be like, well, they're skinny and they eat a pizza a day, like why can't I be skinny and eat a pizza a day? Because that's such the wrong mindset. So what I started doing is every time I started to have that, like I'd be like, no buts. You know very well if you eat a pizza, your body will feel disgusting. You will feel so gross and like full. They can do it, yes, because they are a literal different person. They have different genetics, different body, same, you know, human like characteristics, but they're different. So just think about yourself. Do not compare yourself to others. Got it? I'm gonna say it again in case you didn't hear me. Don't compare yourself to what others do. It's not your life. This is your life. What are you gonna do to make yourself better? So my next tip is going to be one that you guys probably like hear me talk about all the time, but I am so addicted to peanut butter, and I had to stop buying it because I would eat a jar a week. I'm so ashamed of myself. So instead of buying peanut butter, I now buy PB2, which is like a powder of peanut butter, and it's just basically like a better like low-fat way to get the taste of peanut butter without actually eating peanut butter. I talk about this all the time, but yeah, so I recommend if you're like me and you're addicted to anything that's like nuts or seeds or just high in oils, like anything that can derive from an oil or like oil derives from, so like almond oil, soybean oil, like anything that you can take and make into an oil, stay away from, because they have the highest fat content and calorie content for their like serving size, so that's hella annoying. But yeah, so I stopped kind of eating things with like oil and all that, and I'm not like so strict about it. Like I'll still eat french fries when the occasion comes, but for the most part I definitely just stopped buying like potato chips and things with like high oil counts and fat counts, because I'm like, that's so not worth it to me anymore. My next tip is one of my favorite ones. So I started reading nutrition labels, and my secret to reading nutrition labels is when you turn to the back, immediately look at the ingredients. Don't look at like the calorie count and all that stuff, because whatever. Look at the ingredients, and you should be able to train your brain to know, like when you look at the ingredients, what the nutrition count would be. So if you're reading the ingredients of something and it's like got a lot of different wheat products, then obviously it's going to be like a high carb, medium protein, low fat item. So you can be able to kind of like calculate things in your head. Like you get really good at it, and like I love doing it for some reason. I love reading nutrition labels, and also being vegan, I think it taught me to read nutrition labels, because I have to check and see if there's eggs or dairy or obviously meat in anything. So that, and then also whenever I turn over something that I'm interested in buying and it has like a paragraph of ingredients, I instantly put it down. If I'm trying to buy like a prepackaged salad or like just some like crackers or some hummus and it's got like a list of ingredients, no, because the more ingredients, the more processed. And some things are okay because it's like a bunch of spices, and some things, you know, it's like okay here and there, and in moderation. of course, but I'm just speaking for like every day. Like when you look and like buy groceries, look at the ingredients. If it's more than like a paragraph, do not buy it. The next tip that I have is I started sleeping 8 hours a night. So basically every day when I go to bed, I look at what time it is. So for example, if it's 11 p.m. and I'm going to bed, I know I'm probably not going to fall asleep for another 30 minutes. So it's like 11:30 now. And then I add 8 hours onto that and I set my alarm for 8 hours from then. So like 7:30 a.m. is when I would wake up. I feel like when I get 8 hours of sleep, my body feels so refreshed and renewed the next morning. So I just recommend doing that because you just feel like your body hits like a reset. So if you don't think that you're getting 8 hours of sleep, or you should be getting probably between like 8 or 9 hours of sleep every night, and even if you're going to bed at 4 a.m., like you need 8 hours of sleep. So if you're gonna go to bed at 4 a.m., you better be responsible enough to know that you don't have anything going on in the morning that you can't skip. And I know like being teenagers, and especially if you're starting school again soon or you have a job, it just comes down to being responsible and like valuing like your health and like well-being over like the lack of sleep. So my next tip is I made going to the gym enjoyable for myself. And the way that I did that is I didn't at first like pressure myself to like go and have like a hard workout. I would go on the elliptical and go on like a steady like medium pace for like 30 minutes, and I would watch YouTube videos. And so that way I'm like, I could be doing this at home on my couch, or I could be burning some calories and like feeling active and getting my heart racing and also doing this at the same time. So if you have access to an elliptical or a treadmill or just walking outside, like make it enjoyable. Just watch some YouTube videos. Make it something that you look forward to. So the last tip that I'm going to share with you on how I got like healthy and everything in the past few months is I stopped eating 3 hours before going to bed. And usually that falls around like 7 and 8 p.m. I kind of stopped eating. So it's just better because your stomach like digests the food before you go to bed, and then you can sleep, wake up, refresh. And also in the morning, I'm not like super hungry for breakfast right away. So that's why I work out and then I have breakfast, or I'll have like a bit of a snack, maybe some fruit, maybe like some rice cakes, because that's like my favorite and my go-to, with like some PB2 on top like before my workout. So I don't eat a lot, and everyone's different, but I don't eat like late at night and I don't eat like hella early in the morning. That is it for today's video. I really hope that you guys liked these tips, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up to let me know. Comment down below so we can chat about it, and I loved having you here today. I hope that you enjoyed this video as I said before. Follow me on all of my social media. It will be linked down below, and it's all Liv Vargas, which is on the screen right now, and I will see you guys later with an all new video. Love you lots. Bye. Pretty green eyes, I can see them dollar signs, girl.